So this piece is called Passion Flower. I saw it while I was scrolling down the V&A Collections website, and I found the colours were quite interesting as like a starting point. Can you move down, please? I decided to do a bit more research into the artwork, so I found out about the actual author of the piece, and I found it very interesting to read about. So I decided to do a bit more research into the whole, like the base of the artwork, and I basically found out that it's called a passiflora, which I think is the name in Latin, and there's about 500 different types of species, and there's a lot that have been hybrid with, like, bred with other flowers and things. And I found that the colours were very, very interesting and vivid. And I thought about how we are as people, and I thought about how all these flowers are different, and so are we as people. So I decided that I'd base my piece on emotions and so something they were passionate about. And so I decided to do a video. I haven't really done much work in video at all, or work in cameras, but I feel like this would be quite a good experience for me, getting to grips with something like that, aside from just staying with sound. I spoke to Pete about my idea, and I originally thought about having having some sort of relation to the Confessions video, but he decided, he pitched to me about, instead of doing it like that, you want something that someone can speak about fluently and properly, like fluently about. And so I decided to do it on something people were very interested about. So Pete gave me the example of Charlotte. Charlotte's a vegetarian, so he suggested the idea of me giving her the topic of maybe fox hunting, for example. And so I thought that if I did something like that, it might be quite a nice piece to listen to. So developing this idea, I've been looking at different camera shots and how I sort of want to present the video. So here's a studio interview, and just below it I have a number of shots that I took down. I quite often look at these YouTube videos because I'm obviously interested in their sort of field, and I'd never really been interested in the sort of camera angles that they use. So I decided to look on other things like that, like other videos, and I took a group of people into the TV studio and did a bit of experimentation. So we had footage of myself setting up some of the lights, and there's also a slideshow of us setting up, so a read there, we were setting up the dado lights as like we'd film. We set up the Canon XA10. That was a picture of the gels, so we were also experimenting with the different gels and how to then place them in the lights properly and safely. And the reason why I've started using all these different colours, and the reason to use the dado lights, was that because the colours of the passion flower are also very vivid. So I feel like if I can replicate the passion flowers colours on them, I feel like it shows some sort of like emotion.
That's it?
Yep.
Done? Okay. Just let me put this thought down. Right. Okay. All right. I get your idea now. I think it took a while to sort of solidify it, but I think the idea, looking at colour and passion, I think you need to pick the right people to talk to very definitely. So I think that needs to be a big part of your research. Actually, filming this will be reasonably simple, really. Once you set it up, it should be okay. So I think maybe the bulk of what you're doing now needs to be some really solid research and finding people that you can talk to about something that they are passionate about. Because it's no good if they're just saying, oh yeah, I like strawberry jam, it's really nice. It needs to be something that they are passionate about. So it could be, someone who's passionate about sport, passionate about football or cricket. It could be somebody that's passionate about music. It could be somebody that's passionate about, campaigning for something and trying to make change happen. So you mentioned the fox hunting thing. So then you really need to get people that have that passion, or else it will fall a bit flat.
Mm.
But the other thing I think you should really need to do, you talked about doing colour theory earlier on in the, I think you really need to link whatever that person's passion is. So if someone is so passionate that they're angry about it, so again going back to say the fox hunting idea, that person is really, really angry that fox hunting still happens and really passionate about it being banned, then maybe those colours that you use need to reflect that. If somebody's passionate, it could be someone who's passionately in love with their partner and wants to talk about that, then there'd be different colours then, wouldn't there, to show that sort of side of it, that emotion.
I did have a list of people that I'd like to choose, and they're all for the different reasons. So I was looking at Alexander, because when I see Alexander in the fad room, a lot of the time he's just painting and he's got his earphones in. So I quite like the idea of him not being isolated, but obviously there's some form of passion there if he's willing just to always be painting. I know Caitlin's quite. I don't know if I'd say emotional, but I know she has a way with words. I'd say she's quite when she's speaking, she knows. She shows emotion, I guess.
So what would her topic be?
Well, that's what I'd have to ask. I'd have to ask her about a topic that she's comfortable about talking with.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be the best outcome if I get them talking about something they can talk comfortably about. That's how I'll get the best out of them.
Okay. So I think for all three of you, I think you've obviously picked up on something that you've done earlier on in the course, which is colour and working with colour, and using it for good reason. It not just being I'll stick a red gel on this light, or I'll really oversaturate the reds in this particular shot. It needs to be for a reason. It needs to be linked to something. And I think if you do that, I think all three of these pieces will work really well. And I really think you should look at some of those shots you've got of those flowers and look at the way colours occur. I was going to say naturally within the flowers, but it's not natural, is it? Because they must have been bred. They must be hybrids that have those really garish colours. I don't think they're very attractive flowers, really. I think they're over the top, but you could maybe look at that and use that to just see the way that some colours have been put together and see if you can replicate that in one or two.
What are you doing?
We're just in the middle of a presentation. Sorry, what?
No, it's alright, we have to do a quick count. Are all your students in, or are they not in because you're in the middle of a presentation?
Right, this is my group for five,
Yeah.
minus one,
Minus one.
who's on jury service.
Right, that's fine.